Hi, this is Phil from the Linux Mint forums. Linux Mint are wonderful free computer operating systems with free long-term support. There's 4 main versions: Cinnamon, Mate, KDE, and XFCE. I'm user PhD21 from the Linux Mint forums. I'm using Linux Mint KDE version 17.3. And one of the questions today was, it is Wednesday, June 15th, 2016. From one of the users is, I have a bunch of photos that I would like to burn on a disk, a DVD disk, so that it could play on a simple DVD player. What software do you recommend? And in Linux Mint, there's a few very good software packages creating SlideShows, which is what that is. One of which is called Imagining, another one Mistelex, Photo Film Strip, Movie Creator, FF Diaporama. Quite a few of the video editors, like the wonderful Kdenlive, can also do that. And then there are home DVD creation programs like Bombono and DVD. Absolutely superb programs. And one of the DVD/CD application programs like K3B can also add pictures, images, videos, music, whatever, to DVDs as well. In this case, I'm going to use Imagination. This tutorial is going to be on using Imagination. Now, I think it's a good idea to prepare yourself for doing this by creating, a folder called SlideShows and putting all the images, folders of pictures, and that you want to use in there, because it makes it easier for you. Because you can also use music. You could create a music folder under there and put some music in there that you want for your slideshow. In this case, I'm going to use just various images of Linux Mint wallpaper. And so I've already prepared that and set that up. So, and now I brought up the program Imagination. If you make it full screen, it makes it easier to work with. You click on Slideshow in the upper left. Click New. There are various video formats. VOB, a DVD format with numerous video size or video resolutions. NTSC, which is an American DVD format. PAL, which is a European DVD format. And then there's 2 high definition ones, 1280 by 720 high definition and 1920 by 1080 high definition. I'm going to select the 1280 by 720 high definition. I'm going to change the background color to something that I prefer. So I'm going to click, blue here. Click OK. All right, now you have to import your images, your pictures. So I'm going to browse to my pictures folder and my slideshow folder, which I created to put for this, and it's already on my Linux Mint wallpaper pictures, which I'm going to use for this. And then I click open. It's highlighting the first one, but I want all of them, so I'm going to hit Control A to select them all. Click open, and in a moment they will all appear. You can see it working down here. It's importing the images. And there they are. Okay. Now I also want some music, so I'm going to import some music for this. And I have that in the same folder. I mean, you could use whatever folders you want. I think it's easier to just have it all in one folder for one project. Okay, and I'm just going to pick one, put it in there. It will show up under the audio tab. See, right there. Okay, going to click back to the video tab. You can rearrange the pictures here. I mean, you could obviously rename the images in your folder by numerically or alphabetically before you even bring up the imagination program, and then it would already be in a certain order. Or you can just drag and drop them. I mean, you can just move them around. You just click on one and drag it and put it over here. I mean, so you can move your images around any way you want to. Now let's say you want to have a title page. You click on slide at the top, click add an empty slide. Boom. You have choices for what you want to, solid color, linear gradient, or radial gradient. I'm selecting radial gradient. I'm going to pick like red for this one. Click OK. Boom. And if you're looking at the screen, on the right side it has slide settings, slide motion, slide text. I'm going to change the text on this and put slideshow example. June 15, 2016. Now it looks pretty small on the screen there, so I'm going to change the font size to a much larger one. You can select what color you want the font to be. And you can select the placement by clicking the subtitle position. And I could add more text if I wanted to by clicking the plus button over here. Now, up at the top, under slide settings, it says transition type. You don't have to have any transitions. You could just select a slide duration. It's on 1 second. That's pretty fast. I'm going to change that to 3 seconds. I am going to add a transition, although you don't have to. There's a lot of different kinds. Bar wipe, barn door wipe, with multiple settings. And it shows you. It's pretty cool. You can see all the different options for the various transition types. I'm just going through them right now, so you can see. I'm going to use just pick one. Okay, so now I got all my pictures the way I want them, all my images. And it could be JPEG images, it could be PNG images. You know, it doesn't have to be all one format. Not with imagination. So I've got everything the way I want it right now. I've changed the transition duration to 3 seconds. You can select transition speed, normal, fast, slow. Normal is just fine. I've created a text page to put in the front, although I didn't have to. I could have picked the first image and just added the text to that image. Okay, so now everything looks good. Now I want to, I could hit the play button and do a preview, but instead I'm going to click SlideShow. I'm ready to go, and I'm going to save it first. I'm going to save that in my SlideShow folder, and I'm going to call that Linux Mint Wallpaper. And because it's an imagination SlideShow program, it ends in IMG. And I'm going to click Save. I could have added a date to that if I wanted to. Now I'm going to render it. I'm going to export it so it creates a multimedia file. And it gives you a choice here: a normal square video format, or a widescreen 16:9 ratio. I'm going to select the widescreen. I'm going to give it a file name of Linux Mint Wallpaper, and it creates an MPEG file, MPEG. And I'm going to click OK. Boom. Now it's going to render the slideshow into one video file format. And it's going to show you what it's doing as it's doing it. Now, my computer is a very old computer. It's only a 32-bit computer with a single core processor and only 2 gigabytes of memory. And it's still able to do it. I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, back. I paused it while it was, creating this, because it takes a little while for this particular computer to create the slideshow video file. It's almost finished. Obviously, the faster the computer you have, the faster this will go. Okay, now the program's imagination has finished creating this slideshow video file. So I can exit this now, exit the imagination program. Let's bring up my file browser. manager. And I'm looking for the MPEG file, and here it is. Okay, now it created it in my home folder right here. I'm using a file manager called Dolphin. Depending on what version of Linux Mint, your file manager would be called something different. Now if I right click this, I can open this with various multimedia players to see how it worked. I'm going to use SM Player, and a great multimedia player. And as you can see, it's now showing me the video. Now it hasn't been put on a DVD yet. But you can hear the soundtrack. And now here come the images. Now this is a pretty small, there were only 19 images, and this is only a 28-second video clip. Obviously you can make it whatever you want. I mean, the more pictures you add, the longer it's going to play. But as you can see, I'm verifying before I burn a DVD that it's worked. I'm checking the file. And it has. You can see that it's working fine. Now, how do you burn the DVD? There's a few, like I mentioned before, there are a few ways to do that. And one of I could use the K3B DVD application to do it, or I could use Bombono. I'm going to use Bombono for this. So I double click Bombono. It knows it's a new project. So I'm going to, since I'm in the United States, I'm going to click NTSC. I'm going to tell it to remember that. I could have picked PAL for Europe. And it has 3 tabs: source, menu, and output. It already has DVD 4.3 gigabyte in the upper right. If it was a dual layer DVD, I could have selected that. But it's already got a good one. So, now I have to add, the multi I want to SD in addition to the slideshow I just created. So I'm going to add the slideshow, of course. Which was in my home folder. And there it is. So I'm adding that. I'm also going to add a picture that I want for the background menu, the DV menu. Okay. Now I could have created multiple slideshows. I could add other video. I mean, I could do a lot of different things with this. Okay, now that I have this here, now I have to click on the menu option. I obviously want a menu, so I'm going to click Add Menu. I want to change the menu name, rename, DVD menu, menu 1. Okay, I'm going to double click that. So I'm now working on the, there's not enough here to make more than one menu, so I'm just going to have one menu, although I could add more menus. Now I want to give it a background image, the menu image. If I had different images here or different videos, I could select one of those. In this case, I'm just going to pick the image, the still image that I picked. And you can see it right here. I want it to fit properly, so I'm going to select, there's fill, fit, and stretch. I'm going to select stretch and click close. Now you see that. Okay. Now I can give it a name, a title. Okay. DVD menu. DVD Linux Mint wallpaper. And I could resize this. I could change it. What, you know. But that's good. Okay. And now I want to add a button for my video, which you can actually navigate using your remote control in your DVD player. So I'm just going to add, I'm just going to drag the video right over here, boop, and add that right there. Now I want this, you see I clicked, there's options here, the arrow, the text, there's various button options here. Obviously there's the font option, you can select fonts, bold, underline, the color of the font. I can drag, I can move it around, I can rearrange it. Now I want this button as properties. I can tell it I could use another image for the button. I can let it use the image that is part of the video, which is what I'm going to do. But I can also give it a border. All these different borders are available. Different options. You can really create an incredibly nice video DVD menu system from this. I'm just going to pick one. There we go. There. Okay. And there it is. Now I can just click output and I have a choice. Where do I want it to go? This folder. I can tell it to write to the DVD folder, write to a disk image, or burn a DVD. I'm going to tell it to burn a DVD. I have a blank, I have a rewritable DVD in my DVD drive at the moment. And and all you have to do is just click Build DVD Video. Boom. It knows I have something on there. It's saying we need to remove what's on there first. So I say yes, okay. And now it's creating the DVD. Now, some of these programs claim to be able to create DVDs within the program itself. I have found, at least on my computer, that they don't often work well. This Bombono DVD program works every time. That's why I created the DVD. I created the SlideShow and or videos using other programs, and then I used the Bombono program to actually burn the DVD. Now K3B is an excellent DVD application, and if you were just creating a data DVD where you just copy a bunch of files to it, that works great. But if you want a menu, then using a program like Bombono or DVD they're just great programs for creating DVDs to play in any home DVD player. Okay. Now, as you can see, Bombono comes up and says the DVD video building successfully completed, and it opened the DVD drive, and I just click OK here. Then I can just click Exit. Do I want to save this? Sure, save it. Okay, now I'm going to put the DVD back in the actual DVD disc that it just created. And my system should pop up and say, hey, it knows what kind of DVD this is, and it says right here, open, open, open. And I've got these options here. I'm going to say play with caffeine, play the DVD with Caffeine is just another multimedia player like SM Player. Another very good multimedia player. And here's the DVD we just created. Now I'm going to make this bigger. And this is from the actual DVD. This isn't just from a video file. And this is the button. I could have had, buttons for different folders, different videos. So I'm going to click it. And there it is. I'm turning the audio. That was the music. That was the background music. But as you can see, it is playing the DVD. See, CD-ROM, DVD. And this is the slideshow of the pictures. The slideshow we just created, burned to a DVD. This is the first time I've created these tutorials, audio, my own voice, so please excuse me. Now some of these is a little off, but that's because that's what the original images were like in my folder. Not because of the programs that created the slideshow or the DVD program. And you good idea to experiment with the DOS. You might have seen, might prefer they just show up quick or slower. And there's any options as far as being DVDs using Bombono than what I just showed. And for creating slideshows. But I hope this will make it easier for some of you.